Special News Report Erin, Hurricane Erin. Good evening, and thank you for joining us for this special news report with the latest updates on Hurricane Erin, internationally known as Hurricane Erin's, currently active over the Atlantic Ocean and moving gradually northward. This is a complex weather system which, despite weakening from its peak intensity just days ago, still carries hidden dangers for the U.S. East Coast and even parts of eastern Canada. Erin became the first major hurricane in the Atlantic this year after forming on August 15, and astonishingly jumped from Category 1 to Category 5 in just over 24 hours. Following multiple fluctuations in intensity, forecasts suggest the storm may strengthen again as it tracks past the eastern Bahamas. Recent developments confirm that Erin is among the 5 fastest intensifying hurricanes ever observed in the Atlantic, a warning sign that climate change is fueling more frequent episodes of rapid intensification. Current situation: Category 2 hurricane. Winds at 105 miles per hour. As of the latest update, Hurricane Erin is classified as a Category 2 hurricane on the Saffir-Simpson scale, with maximum sustained winds near 105 miles per hour, 169 kilometers per hour. Infrared satellite imagery shows that Erin still maintains an eye, though a weak one, formed after the storm completed an eyewall replacement cycle, a process often seen in powerful hurricanes. A key factor now is strong upper-level wind shear tearing into Erin's structure, disrupting its western side and exposing the eye on satellite images. While this may suggest weakening, the storm's wind field has expanded significantly, meaning broader impacts for the U.S. East Coast. The U.S. National Weather Service, NWS, has issued warnings that large swells and rip currents generated by Erin will pound the U.S. East Coast, Bermuda, and Atlantic Canada beginning Tuesday. Waves may reach nearly 20 feet, 6 meters, threatening severe coastal erosion and overwash flooding. According to CNN, North Carolina's Outer Banks are projected to take the hardest hit. A state of emergency has been declared, with mandatory evacuation orders in effect for Hatteras Island and Ocracoke Island. Officials warn that some roads could remain impassable for days due to heavy surf, and oceanfront homes face direct inundation. Meteorologists emphasize that even far offshore, Erin's powerful winds can inflict long-range damage. As waves strike barrier beaches and harbors during tidal cycles, they erode structures and accelerate shoreline retreat. The National Hurricane Center, NHC, has cautioned that dangerous rip currents will impact thousands of miles of coastline, from Florida to New England, over the next 3 days. And that even under clear skies, waves may remain deadly. Short-term intensification possible. Forecasters note that, although Erin has weakened from its peak, it may briefly strengthen again overnight and into tomorrow, with winds reaching 110 miles per hour, the upper threshold of Category 2. Near Category 3 strength. This is due to Erin's slow forward motion over very warm ocean waters, allowing the system to draw in additional heat energy. If convective bands consolidate further around the center, a clearer eye may redevelop. Its trajectory between Bermuda and the U.S. East Coast will prove decisive. A westward shift could push the storm closer to the mainland, while an eastward deviation would keep it farther offshore, though still dangerous at sea. Warnings and watches. Tropical storm warnings are now in effect for northeastern North Carolina, covering the entire Outer Banks, a barrier island chain highly vulnerable to storm surge, surf, and strong winds. States from Maryland northward are under monitoring advisories, although not within the direct NHC forecast cone. Erin's vast wind field stretches hundreds of miles, meaning these states may still experience strong winds, heavy rainfall, and coastal flooding. Expected impacts in North Carolina and surrounding areas. By Tuesday evening into late night, Erin will near the Outer Banks and North Carolina coastline. This will mark the period of strongest winds, highest surf, and storm surge. Eastern Virginia, Maryland, and even Delaware may also feel significant effects given Erin's wide circulation. Coastal flooding, beach erosion, and disrupted transport are expected, particularly along barrier islands and estuaries. Risk extending to New England. Latest forecast models show Erin could track farther northeast, increasing risk for New England. Densely populated coastlines such as Jersey Shore, Long Island, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and Cape Cod could face high surf, damaging gusts, and accelerated erosion. With its heavy reliance on coastal tourism and infrastructure, New England must remain highly vigilant. Even minor changes in Erin's path could alter impacts substantially. Potential impacts on Canada. Another scenario under consideration is Erin curving farther north toward Nova Scotia and Newfoundland. If so, areas such as Cape Breton Island and the Avalon Peninsula could endure strong winds, heavy rainfall, and coastal flooding. Hurricanes transitioning into post-tropical cyclones in Canada often lose tropical characteristics but maintain powerful winds capable of significant damage. Hurricane Erin's enormous wind field. One of Erin's most notable traits is its exceptionally wide wind field. Current wind maps show that tropical storm force winds could stretch from North Carolina's Outer Banks all the way to Cape Cod, Massachusetts, also encompassing Bermuda. This confirms Erin is not only a threat to land but also to international shipping routes, where large vessels face dangerous seas and extreme swells. Wind impacts, Mid-Atlantic and southern New England. Over the next several days, states across the Mid-Atlantic and southern New England are expected to experience widespread winds of 30 to 55 miles per hour, 50–88 kilometers per hour. This intensity is strong enough to snap tree branches, cause localized power outages, disrupt transportation, pose hazards to outdoor activities and coastal travel. Canada's Atlantic provinces, particularly Nova Scotia and Newfoundland, may see gusts of 60 to 90 km per hour, potentially higher if Erin tracks closer. These winds, combined with rainfall and surf, would create dangerous conditions for coastal communities and marine operations. Storm surge and coastal flooding. Among Erin's greatest threats is storm surge flooding. Outer Banks. Surge of 2 to 4 feet, 0.6 to 1.2 meters, expected. Sounds and estuaries inland. Surge of 1 to 3 feet possible. From Myrtle Beach to Wilmington, tidal flooding and high surf may push water to dangerous levels, causing coastal inundation and erosion. As with most offshore hurricanes, coastal flooding and beach erosion are inevitable, posing severe risks to communities dependent on seaside tourism and infrastructure. Summary: Hurricane Erin is currently a Category 2 storm with winds at 105 miles per hour. Could briefly strengthen to 110 miles per hour. Near Category 3. Impacts extend well beyond the forecast cone, from North Carolina to New England and into Atlantic Canada. Main threats: damaging winds, high surf, 2 to 4 feet storm surge, beach erosion, coastal flooding, and deadly rip currents. Closing statement. Ladies and gentlemen, while direct U.S. landfall remains uncertain, Hurricane Erin is undeniably a serious threat to the East Coast and Atlantic Canada. Residents must pay close attention to official warnings, comply with evacuation orders where issued, avoid ocean activities, and stay updated as the situation evolves. That concludes this special news report on Hurricane Erin. We will continue to deliver updates in our upcoming broadcasts. Thank you for watching, and please stay safe.